Hi, welcome back. Row 26, another episode. Hotz Heads, Dreamers, Sixers, we back. I'm one appendix less. That's why we took a week off last week. So apologies to the fans. You know, we try not to let you guys down, obviously, but appreciate you guys checking in with us. Johnny, how you doing, bro? It's been a week.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I was gonna say like you lost weight. Zach, had an appendicitis situation. We took off a week. Now we're well rested. We're doing better. I was at Medieval Times earlier for my nephew's birthday. So happy birthday to my nephew. Shout out Cooper. Second birthday. Little ass motherfucker. I got him tickets to his first baseball game.
Nice.
So we're going May 1st, Mets Diamondbacks, and then I was like, well, he's 2. He's gonna want to open some shit too. You know what I mean? So I got him like a T-ball golf set.
Hell yeah!
Kid. It says ages 3+, but we got to get him on the advanced track. So
is Eric on the sports wave at all? Like when you think about
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to shoulder the. I think I have to shoulder the load for also like his brother-in-law. Like even Eric's nephew, I have to probably coach up in sports. Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't say that because he played basketball at Drake, who just got eliminated yesterday. He's a shooter, but in terms of just like interest about sports and just like coaching, besides basketball, I don't think he knows much. But shout out to my nephew's birthday. It was a fun time. Medieval Times, I hadn't been there since I was a kid. It's like exactly the same. I don't know. Did you ever go when you were little?
I don't know if I've ever been there. I think I've seen a movie where the whole movie was all shot in medieval times. It's like a classic, maybe late 2000s movie. I can't even place it. I just remember
maybe a cult classic. I doubt it's like a classic. I doubt it's like Oscar nominations.
Yeah, definitely a cult classic. I'm just trying to even think about why I even know what it would look like. But and
there's
also in Garden State. What's his name from
Zach Braff?
Bang Theory. No. So Zach Braff, but one of the side characters from Big Bang Theory who's sleeping with his boy's mom. If you remember, I don't know if you remember this in the movie. He wakes up after a party, his dick on the top of his head because someone wrote Sharpie on his neck. He pops up and just looking around. Zach Braff just looking around. He looks in the kitchen, and someone with a fucking Medieval Times outfit is walking around in the kitchen just with a fucking.
See, I think you're thinking more of a Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
Where it's outside.
Medieval Times type of place.
Yeah, you're thinking outside. Medieval Times inside, and there's jousting. There's real knights, real horses.
Yeah.
And they do little things. Obviously, it's all staged, of course, but it's good stage combat. I was impressed with the production. Looking back at it today, as an adult looking at it, and being they have to feed these horses and train, rehearse these combat scenes, and I appreciated it more. And then they had a falconer there. A falcon flew around and shit. That was cool.
That's sick. Yeah. Falcon into their spell type of thing, train.
But just in the aura or the essence of Row 26, you said Big Bang Theory, and I had a thought yesterday because I was watching the tournament, and they were the number one comedy on TV today, George and Mandy's First Marriage, which is the third spin-off of the fucking Big Bang Theory. I don't know one motherfucking person who watches Big Bang Theory in my whole life. Who's out there watching Big Bang Theory? It's the highest rated comedy ever.
It was such a cult classic in a way. It was good.
But it's not cult classic. It's number one rated.
They drowned it. They saturated it completely.
But I'm saying it never was. It was always the highest rated comedy on TV. The most people watched it every week. Technically, according to the numbers, the Nielsen ratings. And I never met one person who fucking watches the show, can name more than one or two characters. Where are all these Big Bang Theory people at that are keeping this show and its spin-offs?
I never was a fan.
How is this massive franchise when I don't know anybody who watches the fucking show? Dead ass. Do you know anyone?
I agree with you. I'll be clear. I mean, I've watched a couple episodes. I think those guys are kind of funny, but I don't know. I feel like that show was always after another show that you would be watching, if I remember right.
I don't know, maybe good time slots or whatever. I don't know. But or maybe we just have a specific type of friend that isn't, I don't know. All I'm saying is I don't know where the Big Bang Theory people are at, and there's droves of them, and I would like to know where they're hiding. But moving on. All right, real quick, before we pull a little fast one and get into the Hotz Corner a little bit early, like we said, we had a week off, but I just want to say right now, between the Dallas Cowboys, obviously in disaster zone, free agency hasn't helped at all. The New York Rangers, from conference finalists to an absolute joke in the NHL.
Missed the playoffs officially as of a couple days ago.
I really locked in on St. John's probably starting halfway through the season when I was like, oh, this team's pretty good.
Christy went to St. John's for a bachelor's too. Rough out here. Yeah.
I was dialed in. I'm like, wow, we're a 2 seed. We're like, they hadn't been like a consistently ranked team since I was in college. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, they haven't been to the Sweet 16 for sure since I was in college. And I was like, okay, we're getting back to the Sweet 16 for sure this year. And then I saw the fucking bracket, and I saw it was Arkansas and Kansas at the 10-7 game in our bracket. And I'm like, that's either way, those are still blue bloods. They got hoopers on the team. They might be in down years. They got hoopers and they got legendary coaches. I'm like, this is a terrible draw,
I knew that Bill Self was joke. I picked Arkansas in my bracket. I
picked Arkansas too, but I just think the SEC is so good this year. Kansas down.
Also, if you look at Arkansas's trajectory, started 0-5, lost their 2 best players. Then they finished 20-13, bro. Make the tournament, win 5 of the last 6. Like, the trend was like they were cooking, bro. They were like coming into the tournament. Like, I was looking at some when I was making my picks, and I was like, damn, they were pushing. I was like, and Johnny C is a real deal,
Either way, I'm like, I picked Arkansas in my bracket too. Either way, I was thinking like, oh, St. John's is a tough second round game, no matter
I had
what.
St. John's going all the way against, I think it was Florida.
Yeah, and then yesterday, they literally played as bad as they possibly could play. And we're still down 2. And they were still down 2 with like 4 minutes left. The issue was RJ Lewis, the best player, had probably the worst game of his career. He could not shoot at all. And then the fouled out Kadari Richmond, our second best player, with like 10 minutes left on some bullshit ass fucking call.
Yeah.
Or like that was the turning point right there when like we were fighting back, and then he went out and I'm like, it's going to be real tough. And then we had their one center fouled out already, and their other center had 4 fouls.
I know, yeah.
And fucking they just didn't go at him. There was one play where RJ Lewis like drove, didn't give the ball inside, and then like took a terrible like mid-range horrible shot, and then Patino deadass took him out of the game for the rest of the game. Like, we had a guy who only played like 4 or 5 minutes a game in there at the end of the game instead of him, because it was just like
he was off.
He's like, you're done. Yeah. Like, and I get it. Like, I probably wanted him back in, but I think it's almost like Patino's like, they're not ready to go all the way this year. Like, it's just like a learning lesson for the team for like seasons to come. Like, if you play like this, I'm gonna yank your ass out of the fucking game. I don't care about what the media thinks.
Had a chance at that point. It wasn't completely like.
Nah, it wasn't dead. But they shoot 2 for $1 million from 3, like under 30% total from in the game. Fucking missed 2 key free throws at the end of the game. They're just a bad shooting team, but they make up for it with energy and hustle.
They're a gritty team.
But you can't be energy, hustle, conditioning, stamina. They'll outrun you. They'll press you till you're dead tired. That looks like that was exactly what was going to happen in the Arkansas game, but then Richmond fouls out, and
that's what Arkansas did to Kansas, to be honest. Arkansas's MO is very similar. They don't shoot the ball incredibly well. They're just a gritty, tough it out, grinder team as well. That's the irony of, like, you would think that
Arkansas didn't shoot well yesterday,
and a little bit more like St. John's. That's why I feel like St. John's was hanging around, because, and they were, like you said, they were only down by 2 towards the end of that game and still had a chance even while they were playing like
Arkansas shot like mediocre, like decent, like they shot okay, and from 3 they shot almost just as bad as St. John's, but as a shooting unit they were just decent. Like, if St. John's was decent, they win that game easily. They were pathetically bad. They were literally like 2 for 20 something from 3.
They couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, is what they say is the phrase.
I think they hit 1 3 in each half. Like, you can't. Terrible. But so I'm just like, oh fuck, and obviously the Mets, they got Juan Soto, but they have pitching injuries right now. And I'm just fully anticipating the Mets just shitting the bed this year. This is a team that's only been in the playoffs 7 years since I've been alive. They do this. They have these storybook years, which are so fun, and then they flop. Like, this feels like a flop year. I can't get excited about anything with what I'm going through between St. John's, the Mets, the Rangers and the Cowboys.
Painful.
Yeah, the Rangers
usually
terrible.
make up time this time of year, and
especially
the playoffs. Like, can we talk about that for a second? Like recently, I was saying this to Christy. I was like, this is wild. Like, they've been building for a minute and building a real team felt like for a minute, and like it just feels like the floor came out from underneath them, and and now we're trading Trouba and all this different shit, all these changes to the roster. It's just,
I was a fan of that trade, to be honest, but I mean, they made a lot of weird, stupid little trades.
It's still like, I don't know.
They got to move. They got to get away from like Kreider, Zibanejad, like these older guys.
Yep. I was like, get ready for him to be moved for sure.
Even like, how old's Panarin? He's got to be in his 30s now.
He's almost a guy that you got to think about keeping and like almost continuing to build with and around in a way. He's just.
I want to say he's like
way more impactful than Mika and Kreider. At this point.
No, he's definitely way better than those guys. But still, it's like I almost just want like the full.
There's some pillar pieces. I feel like you gotta.
He's old. He might even be older than I thought. Hang on, real quick.
Who is this? Panarin? You're talking?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So he's 33. So Panarin's 33.
What's average age in hockey? Would you say 12 seasons?
You could play longer, and you could play longer in hockey, but still, like, we don't have any like young, exciting players. I guess Lafreniere is kind of young.
I like Lafreniere a lot. Big fan, but he's a 2 or a 3. He's not like your main. He's not your guy that like. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's
not
a good player. He's only 23, so he's the only young.
He's a great player. I'm excited about Lafreniere's potential and future, and when he gets into 26, 27, he's going to be a stud.
I think it's going to be a little deja vu-ish with like the Lundqvist years, where like we're good, but we're never great because like our highest paid player is a goalie now again with Shesterkin, and it's like. You need a fucking
a certain amount of times.
You need a superstar, and I guess people argue that Panarin is up there, but I just don't think he's quite there. Like with like the McKinnons and the McDavids and the even like the Austin Matthews, like who might not be a winner but a goal scorer. Like I don't know. You need
even like Rankinen. Like there's guys in the league I feel like that are still like I'm more like. I hear about their name and I feel more in my body than Artemi Panarin. Like, I don't know. It might just because I'm a hater of Panarin.
Yeah, no, and Panarin, he's not a two-way.
I feel like a lot, and
he's not a two-way player. Like, he doesn't play great defense. Like,
and if he's not scoring, he's painful.
Like the guys on the Panthers are maybe besides like Reinhardt, I guess like a superstar scorer, but like Tkachuk and Barkov, like they're not putting up Panarin numbers, but. They play defense and offense. Like, they hit people and they fucking grind and they block shots. Like, I don't see Panarin doing that. Like, and those are the champs.
Rangers are a mess. I'll be clear. I'm in a similar boat as a fan. I mean, the Giants are in purgatory. We signed Jameis Winston. I assume we're drafting a quarterback then. So,
that's like a Hall of Fame locker room guy, Jameis Winston, at least.
Yeah, I'll take it. If it means that we're drafting like a guy like Shador and that puts some kind of cloak on him in a way of like understanding what it is to be a pro and stuff like that, and we get some good years out of Shador and he becomes
understanding what it's like to be a top 5 pick in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. Like even that's optimistic. I don't even know if Shador has all those skills. It'd be a painful year next year for sure. We're wasting Neighbors' rookie years here on the rookie contract. So I still think the Giants have some pieces on offense. The line still needs a ton of work. They were all injured last year. Even the pieces that like Andrew Thomas, like I love him as a left tackle, but it doesn't seem like he can't play. He's not in the lineup enough. So it's like I need another full season from him just to believe in him. Otherwise, it's getting to the point where we're gonna have to like replace you, bro, and you'll become one of those left tackles that like maybe you find your spot like Tunsil, and then you just become like that amazing left tackle again.
No, I think Thomas
is great. It's just like
there's no reason to not re-sign. I mean, he got hurt, but I mean, you can't.
Those guys aren't walking around the league is the problem.
I was gonna say, there's not 6'7", 320-pound guys who can move like him that grow on trees. He got hurt, but you kind of just got to risk him getting hurt again. Like,
it also feels like Schoen's just kind of walking his way into picks and like like Tyrone Tracy, like these guys that are just like.
I'd give him credit for that. I mean, if he was the guy, that was a good pick. I think the corners are okay. The young corners that they took, maybe not superstars, but solid players.
Like Burns and Dexter Lawrence and all of that up front. If they really had a scoring offense, that pass rush would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think. What is it? Lawrence and Thibodeau, I think, predate Showen, if I'm not mistaken. But the trade for Burns, and like I said, the corners that they got, what is it? Deontay Banks, I think is pretty good.
Now over from the Saints, who they just
Paulson and Debo they added. Yeah, I think they, like I said, I've always stood on the take that Daniel Jones was holding the Giants back, not tremendously, like it wasn't like all his fault, but a little bit. I think with like a good quarterback, not just an average quarterback, but like a good top 10 to 12 quarterback, we'll say, somewhere in that range, they wouldn't be picking in the top 5. I'll say for sure. Is it
worth it to trade up to 1, do you think, to get Cam Ward? Like, is there such a big separation between Cam Ward and Shador Sanders? Is that real? Like, are these shits real?
I think someone is, unless the Titans are dead set on taking quarterback, which I'm not sure about. I mean, I think either the Raiders or the Giants are going to go up to 1. I think the Browns are weirdly going to stay put for some reason. I just don't see like them making a move for one of these quarterbacks for whatever reason. But I think the Raiders would be interested in Shador, and I think that the Giants want to get that first pick. But we'll see how it goes, man. It's still a lot of time till the draft. But yeah, we're both.
Jackson Dart's the Hall of Famer out of this whole fucking class, and it's just.
I'm not a huge fan. I know with the Yankees, similar.
You don't like Moxie?
I like the name is cool, but I think he's riding high off the name. People just like saying Jackson Dart.
Yeah, but and he's got the fucking whatever, the bandana thing that he does, whatever.
But the Yankees also are like the Mets, have some pitching injuries. Cole's gone, Heal's gone for 2 months at least, probably close to 3
Yankees
or 4.
Are a fucking mess too. Losing Cole, not Heal. Schmidt's going to be on the IL to start the season as well. You're a mess.
Yeah, it seems like they should go out and get a guy like Gibson is still a free agent. I think Spencer Turnbull would be a really good signing for the Yankees. He played well for the Phillies as a starter, can move to the bullpen pretty seamlessly. As long as you try to like overeat innings with him, like if you just take the 4 or 5 good innings and then go bullpen, like it's better than what you have now. What are you going to roll out like Warren?
Oh, we're dead. If Volpe doesn't hit 20 home runs and have 100 RBIs and bat 300 like Derek Jeter, I don't know what the fuck they think this kid's going to do.
I think Volpe's due for a good year. We'll see how it goes.
This lineup is so shallow, John. I'm sorry. I've been watching, and also they can't play the fucking field. Bro,
the fielding would be a problem, yeah.
Bro in left field cannot play. What's his name? It's just slipping my brain right now for no reason. He's the home run hitter, like the young stud that they've been fucking.
Dominguez?
Dominguez, thank you. He cannot play the field.
I'll be honest. I haven't seen much of him in the outfield. Yeah, I haven't seen much of him. I just know.
22-year-old, you're gonna DH?
No, he's gonna play. He's gonna play. I think their lineup will be good. I think they'll hit a bunch. They still have Judge. They still have Jazz. Austin Wells.
Like Goldschmidt, Bellinger. You like this?
No, I'm not a huge fan, but I think they'll be okay. I think Austin Wells takes a step up and has a good year. Like I'm big.
He's really gonna lead off for them the whole year. This is real. We're doing this.
I'm more thinking. Nah, I think he'll probably end up cleanup like he was last year, like the second half of the season.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably lead off Jazz. And then maybe Judge either at the 2 or the 3.
I don't know, man. Wells has been leading off the past 2 weeks in spring training. He's been croaking them, dude. Like batting.
I'm a big Austin Wells fan. I want him. I'm targeting him in fantasy. Like Austin Wells is definitely on my board of who I want. If I don't get one of the elite catchers, or even basically if I don't get Adley Rutschman, I want to get Wells later on in the draft.
It's going to be a big piece of the Yankees the whole year, for sure.
And they play in a great hitter's ballpark. They play on the road in a lot of good parks.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah. He's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Yankees, but the pitching and the defense, yeah. You guys have problems. But I think the lineup is good. I think they'll hit. I'm pretty sure they'll hit.
Playoff team, you think?
Yeah, I think Boston's a favorite to win the division with Cole out for the year because Boston's improved.
Yeah.
They got Bregman. They made a lot of smart moves, like Walker Buehler, I think was a good addition. They got some young guys coming up. what's his name? Christian Campbell, I think.
They still have Devers in there, was a stud.
Yeah, Devers now seems okay with going to DH.
Yeah,
I think it was just a language barrier.
I'm sure him and Alex had like a nice conversation. I'm sure Bregman's probably a G.
Yeah, so like the manager like sat him down and was like, "Hey man, like we love you, but like it'd be better for the team." Like they had that conversation. It seems like
we're gonna retire your number, or you're on the same trajectory. We're gonna retire your number.
He probably was like, "I just don't speak English." That's why I was confused. That's why I say I played third. I just didn't understand the question.
I don't understand what you're. I totally misinterpret.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. So he seems fine. I like Devers. I think I think they're sneaky good. I think Boston will probably win that division. The Orioles are still there, but every time they take a step forward, they need Holiday to be good. Oh man, I think they have a diamond in the rough. They got a pitcher from Japan. He's like 35, but like that first year Japanese stuff always plays. Almost always plays.
Interesting. You like that kid on the Dodgers then also?
No, not as much because he's a big. He's more like power stuff. He's more like an American college pitcher, coming to the bigs. Younger. I like the guys like last year. Imanaga is like 30. For the year before that, Kodai Senga, he's was 31 or whatever.
Imanaga is nice on the Cubs.
Yeah. He's my keeper in fantasy this year.
He's fucking good.
Him and Judge, even though it's a first round pick, it's like 8th in a keeper league. He's going like 1st or 2nd. Like it's still good value at 8. So he's got great stuff.
Yeah, it's like the Yankees used to be this fucking team that used to land these guys. I haven't seen what happened to the hookup that we had with Japan. It feels like we don't have this hookup anymore at all.
They like playing on the West Coast for the most part.
I know, but we like Tanaka, Hideki. Like we were tapped in. I believe Ichiro was a Yankee for a little bit of time. Like that's
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've always been tapped in.
Ichiro was an American ass motherfucker by then.
You got Shioka, bro. We always.
You got an American. You got
to film Yankee games in Japan. Like there's been a minute there must be a separation in the sand in Japan where some people are Yankee fans and like. Some people believe the evil empire, and they're like, "Yo, we're not fucking with it anymore." And like,
you're just one team out of 30. What do you expect to get all the prospects? But
you're saying it's. I mean, logistically, you're completely correct. That the Dodgers.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like this guy Sugano is on Baltimore. Ibanaga's on the Cubs. Kodai Senga's on the Mets. Like they don't always go there, but they do prefer the West Coast.
That's true. On the Mets.
But what all I'm saying is to say this guy Sugano, he's 35. Like. For this season, I think he'll have. I don't know if I'm gonna. Actually, I will say it. I think he'll have a better year, at least like fantasy baseball wise. We'll say than Sasaki because I think he has the experience where like
that's a hot take.
Like I said, like Senga had like the ghost fork. Imanaga has like the unusual sinker. Like this guy's gonna come out with some pitch that big leaguers aren't used to seeing. Some Japanese sweeping, something.
Yeah.
And then that, like, as Sasaki, I think, from my knowledge, is just a power, like, good, young, like, future ace almost guy. Like, I don't know if he's quite yet ready for the big leagues.
And perfect. Future Yankee. That's what I wanted to hear. This is what I wanted to hear.
All right, we'll get into the fucking Hotz Corner. Good riff.
Anyway, spring training baseball. Okay. Don't worry. We'll get to the tournament. I got lead-ins.
There you go.
Don't worry. All right, I'm just gonna take a drink of my water first. So.
Yeah, do your thing. You too.
Bro, it's crazy how our bodies are. Like the bruising is just going away.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand how it's possible. Anyway, what is the best side to a steak?
What? Come again?
Oh, what is the best side to a steak?
Side to a steak? Oh, like a side item. I was like thinking of like a geometric side. I was like, the top? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Nah, I would say, oh man, this is tough.
Hurts now.
I'll give you a veggie side. There's asparagus and like a starch side of baked potato.
Wow, no mac and cheese. All right. Who is the best NCAA tournament player that never really made the league? Is the way I phrased it.
Oh, who never like excelled in the league.
Yeah, you could say one and done or never actually made it.
Oh man, I'll throw him out there, and you could be like, this one doesn't. That's like he did well enough that this doesn't count. But I'll say Michael Beasley.
No, can't.
That's all right. Then next is Jabari Parker.
All right, I'll accept that.
And this is just NCAA. This is tournament alone, or this is just their basketball career?
I said tournament.
All right, so it's tournament alone. Man, that's harder.
Because Jabari didn't win one. I saw Jabari live actually. In Cameron, preseason game.
I like some Villanova guys. I'm gonna go with Chris Jenkins. He had the biggest shot in tournament history.
Good name. All right, top 3 theme parks.
Theme parks. I was a Great Adventure guy because I'm just gonna go off like the strength of rides and shit.
Yeah, Great Adventures OG number 1.
Universal Studios, and then like Disney World, I guess.
Rank these: Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, Corona Light, Heineken Light.
Oh god, I don't drink any of these beers.
Gotta rank them.
I guess I would start Corona Light, Heineken Light, Miller Light, Bud Light, Coors Light.
Top 5 snacks if you were having a barbecue.
Snacks?
Snacks.
Is that like hors d'oeuvres or like fucking chips?
Snacks. I just said snack.
Alright, I mean, I guess I like for a barbecue, I don't even serve snacks. We serve food at a barbecue. I guess if I'm just gonna go snacks at any type of thing because I'm now getting into like Thanksgiving.
Right.
I like cheese and crackers.
Nice.
I guess chips.
You said one before. You said one before.
Chips is solid. Chips. 5 is a lot too. No, get out of here.
Yeah,
I'd go like carrots and broccoli with like a little dip.
All right. We could do that at a barbecue. We could do that.
Or like a spinach dip.
A little dip. I was gonna say that. Yeah. Some kind of guac. Like
it's guac. Like buffalo chicken dip count. Like
dip. Okay.
All right. So I had buffalo chicken dip, spinach dip, carrots and broccoli, or mixed veggies with dip. Fucking chips. Just out. Whatever. A variety of chips and cheese and crackers. That's 5.
Pretty good. Sounds like a fun barbecue. All right.
Not to me.
Let's go to our quizzes for the week. So there are 10 guys that have scored over 300 points in one tournament run. Name those 10 guys.
300 points in one tournament run?
In one tournament run, like within each of their games total.
That's impossible. The round of 64, 32, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four championship game. That's 6 games.
Or maybe in their whole career. Career points, in the tournament. Sorry, career points. In the tournament.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I forgot that word. Different. Career points in the tournament.
God, that's a fucking hard question. Oh my God. I'm trying to think multiple tournaments now, multiple deep runs. I was like 6, that's like 50 points a game in one tournament and making it all every game.
Sorry about that. And it's over 300 points for each of them. All the players, I'll give you one hint. All the players were professionals.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you one more clue as well because it's super hard.
Yeah, this is a hard question.
Because it's very intricate. And 1, 2...
Let me just guess, and then we'll get to hints later.
Are Hall of Famers in all time. NBA.
Okay.
That's all I was going to say.
I'm going to give Tyler Hansborough.
Perfect. That's a good guess. He's number 4.
Fuck yeah.
325.
All right. I understand it now. All right. Let me go. Let me cook for a second because it is a hard question. I have to really think about this. Like, who's a 4-year player in college who went to the tournament a lot? God, this is a hard question because I have so many I want to guess, but I have no idea if they're right or not. Like names are flying in my head. All right, give me Jamal Crawford, Michigan State.
Not top 10.
Nah, damn. All right, give me Christian Laettner.
Number 1 all time.
All right, that should
407.
All right, fuck yeah. All right. I'm okay. All right. Give me. I just don't know how long some of these guys played. Fuck. 3 Hall of Famers though. All right. I'll guess 2 of them. I'll start with Clyde Drexler.
No.
And then I'll go Hakeem Olajuwon. Houston, back-to-back champions.
No.
Educated guesses. God.
Houston Rockets, you mean back-to-back champions? That's NBA.
No, they played for Houston in college, both of them.
Oh, really? That's funny. Anyway, no.
Hakeem Olajuwon for sure played for Houston in college. All right, either way, wrong. God, this is a hard question. Give me colleges at least, because I have so many. Okay, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Walton.
Is number 7 all time.
Bill Walton.
I didn't see him before. I don't think so. I don't think he's top 10. No, he's not top 10.
I'm just
the 10th name is Gonzaga.
The 10th name is Gonzaga. John Stockton.
No.
Damn. I'm
stuck one of those names that you know a lot well, but like it's gonna.
Clyde Drexler and Olajuwon did win back-to-back championships at Houston in college. I was right about that at least.
That's crazy, and the pros then.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's actually wild stat. Houston.
Yeah. All right. All right. That kind of fucked me up that neither one of them were on there.
That's so weird.
So what do I have right now? I have Kareem.
You have Christian Laettner.
And I have the 4 spot.
And you have Tyler Hansborough.
Yeah. All right. You said 10 was Gonzaga?
Yeah.
And he played in the NBA significantly.
No.
You said all 10 played in the NBA?
He did, for like a half a second.
Oh, Adam Morrison?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Gonzaga played in the NBA for half a minute. Got in the last. Is it from the last like 15 years or is it old?
It was super new.
Super new.
Like 2021, 2022. Won the John R. Wooden Award on it.
Shit.
He finished behind Luke Garza, Zach Edey, and Oscar for the John Wooden Award. I think he's in the G League now, though.
He's a guard or big?
Like forward center, like white boy forward center.
I don't know it. Give it the next one. I don't know it.
I'm
gonna be pissed when you tell me. Drew Timme? Yeah, Drew Timme. Yeah.
All right, number 8. Number 8 is he went to Arkansas. Tied for number 8 with another person that went to Princeton. The Princeton player is an older guy.
Arkansas. The only NBA player I know for sure went to Arkansas. I know Joe Johnson went to Arkansas. I know Pat Beverly went to Arkansas.
There's one other he was a good pro actually.
I know did Kenny Smith go to Arkansas?
He was on the Detroit teams later on, I believe, with the Wallace brothers. I think off the bench.
Tayshaun Prince?
Off the bench.
Didn't go to Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
None of those starters went to Arkansas. Richard Hamilton went to Utah. Chauncey Billups went to Colorado.
No, off the bench. Yeah.
Oh my God! Off the bench for those fucking Pistons teams? What?
Yeah.
All right, keep it moving. I don't know. I don't know this one.
The other one played for the Knicks.
The other one played for what college did they go to?
Princeton. That's the Princeton guy. He played for the Knicks.
Oh, Princeton. Princeton.
Yeah, tied for 8th with this other guy that played for the Pistons and was a pro for sure. And
Princeton NBA player. It must have been old, huh?
He's like older for sure. Yeah, like 60s, 70s for sure. Yeah.
All right. Dave DeBusschere?
You're in the realm. That's not who it is. It's in that
Bill Bradley?
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
All right.
303. Very nice. The other guy is Carlos Williamson, Arkansas.
You don't know who that person is. Don't be like,
I definitely do. Swear on everything. Yeah, he played off the bench he was a sixth man. He's number 34. Definitely.
There's no way he was the sixth man for those fucking Pistons championship teams.
Not for those teams. He was a sixth man in his career, I'm saying. He was a good pro.
Carlos Williamson? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, number 7 you got. That was Kareem. Number 6, Michigan.
Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose.
Not that team. Weirdly enough.
More recent?
1989 national championship.
1989?
Yeah.
So none of the fucking Fab Five? Oh my God.
No, but he was a great pro.
Yeah,
great
I know, but
sweet shooter.
My mind is still so on the Fab Five of that era. Oh my God.
That's you know this team too. This is crazy. I know you know this.
All right, Michigan.
Yeah, great shooter, sweet game. Played for the Hornets. Played for the Lakers.
Hornets. All right, there you go. Hornets and Lakers.
Yeah. Great pro. Love this.
Michigan, Hornets, and Lakers. 89.
Played for. Yeah.
That's enough. I should get it. White guy.
Like the '90s Lakers. Yeah.
Black guy or white guy?
Black guy, yeah, black guy for sure. Sweet game.
Yeah, I mean, there's an 85% chance. He played
for the Heat for a lot of his career too. I think he was drafted even by the
Eddie Jones.
No, good guess. Similar type of player, but not.
They were all Lakers, Hornets, and
yeah, I know those wing type of shooters. Dude, he was the same type of player as Eddie.
Glenn.
Yes.
No. Glenn Rice.
Yes.
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice. You're right there. Sweet game. Love Glenn. All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 5, Cincinnati. Hall of Famer.
Oscar Robertson.
There you go. Okay. Number 4 you got. That was Tyler.
All right.
Hansborough. And then number 3 went to Kansas. He was known as, his nickname was the Mr. Sixth Man.
What?
That's his nickname for the NBA.
I mean, it's either Nick Collison or Kirk Heinrich or
older player.
Really? Boozer?
Older.
Drew Gooden?
Older.
Oh, I need a reset. Reset.
Sure.
What NBA teams? Because I'm lost.
Was drafted by the Clippers. Played.
Andre Miller?
Nah, played for the Phoenix. Played for Phoenix as well.
Clippers and Phoenix. Oh my God, this is a hard question.
He won the Sixth Man of the Year in 1997, 1998. Was always
all right. 97, 98. That helps.
Was always in the running for it every year.
That helps a little bit. 97, 98. Went to Kansas.
2-time All-Star.
2-time All-Star? Cuttino Mobley?
Nah, his name kind of rhymes.
Oh my God. Name kind of rhymes. I don't know it. Give me the next one. I'll come back to it.
Okay. Number 2 is, you talk about this guy more than anyway. He went to Houston, and he's an older player, but you are the one that always brings him up in terms of Hall of Famer that should be.
Oh, Elvin Hayes.
Yeah, exactly. So number 3 is the only one that.
All right, give it. Kansas, 2-time All-Star, 1-time Sixth Man of the Year.
Known as Mr. Sixth Man of the Year. Known as
Mr. Sixth Man of the Year. I don't know. That's messing me up more because I've never heard anyone called that.
Yeah. I don't make career roles.
I don't know. Fucking Kansas.
But I named him.
Is he a guard?
Forward, 6'10".
6'10"? Oh my God, dude.
His name
97,
rhymes.
98, 6 man a year. His name rhymes.
The other question's going to be easier, don't worry. The other quiz.
No, this is a good I mean, I like it because it's like, I have some good polls like Bill Bradley and Prince and shit. But
yeah.
No matter what happened here, I wouldn't feel like a big idiot because this is a hard question just because you have to think of, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah. It's Danny Manning.
Oh, yeah, no one's ever called him Mr. Six Man ever. That's crazy. That's never happened, bro. Stop. Danny Manning? I would have. You could have given me.
Man, I'm telling you. All right, fine. Look it up.
No, I'm just
Google.
No, I'm just.
All right, so the list, just to review everyone. Christian Laettner, number 1 all time.
He doesn't have any nicknames on.
This is for career tournament points. Okay, so it's probably like over the course of your entire college career. So Christian Laettner played 4 years, 407 points. He was the best player on the team. No one will probably ever top that. Next closest is Elvin Hayes, 358. Biggie. Next closest, Danny Manning. Then Tyler Hansbrough, number 4. Number 5, Oscar Robertson. Number 6, Glenn Rice. Great pro. Number 7, Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at UCLA. And number 8, Bill Bradley at Princeton, tied with Carlos Williamson of Arkansas. And then
that's 10, one I actually want to look up, Carlos Williamson.
Number 10 is Drew Timme.
Yeah, no, that was a good question. I think a question that hard, I should have gotten the college teams to start with. And I still got 2 out of the top 3 or 4 in my first 3 guesses without even knowing the college teams.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Is it Corliss Williamson? Corliss?
Yeah, that's.
I thought you were saying Carlos.
I was saying that's how I always said it. I don't know. That's probably me.
He's like known, like his Basketball Reference comes up as a coach before a player. Yeah, he's fucking a bum, dude. He was no 6 man, dude. He's playing. He's playing 20 minutes a game for Detroit. He wasn't the 6 man, dude.
I'm saying that's exactly what 6 men.
No, 6 mans get like 30, bro.
Dude, I was on it, bro. I'm telling you, good player.
He's fucking not a 6 man.
He's a bruiser. He was the Charles Oakley of the team.
He stinks. Fucking bum. And I thought you said Carlos, to be fair. I actually do remember Corliss Williamson.
Thank you.
That's not pronounced in what world is that pronounced Carlos?
That's just the way I pronounce it.
Corliss.
Call him.
I don't have to. I know that it's pronounced Corliss. Carlos? Carlos is spelled Carlos. Corliss. Corliss.
All right, here we go. This is the other trivia. We're moving on to the next trivia. Last one.
Carlos.
There are 10 coaches all time. Total wins have over 850 wins in college basketball history.
All right, give me Bobby Knight, Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Boeheim.
That's 3.
Calipari.
That's 4.
Pitino.
That's 5.
Tom Izzo.
No.
All right. John Wooden.
No.
John Wooden at UCLA? That's crazy.
Fucking career wins.
Dean Smith?
Yes.
Roy Williams?
Yes.
Adolph Rupp?
Yes.
And this could be a moment right here. I gotta get this.
You have 2 misses so far, so we usually do 3 and you're out anyway. So you have 1 guess left.
I have 9. I have 9 right, and I have
9 right. You're looking for the number 10. Literally, you are looking for number 10. By the way, not just number 10 in your list. Like actually,
I probably said 10. Them pretty close to in order too.
Pretty damn close. Not a little all over the place. I'll say. You started with 1 and 6 for the record. So
All right, fair enough.
But anyway, you're looking.
All right, hang on. I don't want to hint. Let me lock in for a second.
A lot of options.
I have a fucking.
If you miss it, I won't be mad. This is already insane.
I have a fucking guess. I have a fucking guess.
Longevity is everything.
I just don't know if I can fucking rip this guess. I have a guess. Oh my god. I have a guess. I have a guess. I have a guess. It's just a guess, though.
So you gotta guess it.
No, I have another. I just don't think it's there. I'm just. This is hard.
The Adolph Rupp was nuts. That's crazy.
You like that? Kentucky back in the day. He was the coach for Kentucky when they played against Texas Western, now known as UTEP, that they made the movie Glory Road about.
Yeah. Legend.
Pat Riley was coached by Adolph Rupp. I'm stalling because I don't know the answer. Give me Tubby Smith.
Not quite.
God damn it.
I don't even see Tubby. Tubby's number 36. Lower than Tom Izzo. Izzo was number 23. Number 10 was...
No, hang on. Let me get one more guess first.
All right.
Thinking of white guys. I got to go white guy. Shouldn't have went black guy. No offense, they're great coaches, but it's just they weren't allowed to coach because of social constructs long enough.
Yeah, there's no way.
God. I'm trying to think of old, decrepit white motherfuckers. God. I can't find one. I'm like crossing into football. Like I just thought of Joe Paterno and Bobby Bowden.
No, this guy was more of a modern day edge kind of coach. We watched him.
Yeah. All right, give me something. Give me a hint.
If I give you the school, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, give me a hint at your discretion. Give me a player he coached. I guess that's basically giving me the school if I know.
No, I can't do that.
Give me a year they won a championship.
Hang on. Okay.
Give me an initial. Give me something. I'm dying out here.
It's not an SEC school.
I knew that already. Jim Valvano died too young. Brad Stevens is too young. It's a Power 5 school, but not an SEC school, I'm guessing. Lute Olson.
No, but he's 17. He's close by. He's hanging out.
Fuck, he's old and white. Mark Few?
All right, I'll give another hint.
Mark Few's too young.
Loves the jumpsuit.
Loves the jumpsuit. Bob Huggins?
Yeah.
I almost guessed him when I guessed Tubby Smith. I swear to God, dude.
I know. I thought that's what you were going to say. I almost heard it.
Oh, God, that hurts. Yeah. But I just thought he got disgraced. He's not that old.
As I said.
He hasn't coached in years.
I was like, Yeah, 863. Number 11 is a cool name, too. Rick Barnes from Texas.
I almost guessed Rick Barnes, too.
Phil Self is number 13. Cliff Ellis, 12. Eddie
Still,
Sutton, 14.
Nine of my first 11 is a run there.
That was good, yeah. Krzyzewski, Boeheim, Roy Williams, Bob Knight, Rick Pitino, Dean Smith, Jim Calhoun is tied with John Calipari. Adolph Rupp, so Calipari's about to pass him. Adolph Rupp, Bob Huggins is number 10.
Wow.
Pretty damn good.
So that's 11 people total. I didn't say Jim Calhoun, to be fair. So I got.
Oh, you didn't say Jim Calhoun.
Yeah. To be fair, I gotta keep accountability here. Yeah.
I thought you said him for some reason.
No, I didn't. I read his book too. I should know.
Yeah, legend. Legend.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. All right, so going back to the questions, what is the best side to a steak? You said mashed potatoes and asparagus. I like the asparagus.
I said that like you need two. It can't just be one. Yeah, and then
I like mac and cheese.
I think baked potatoes good too. I don't know. Mac and cheese is elementary. Like
lobster mac and cheese.
Well, I guess you put lobster in it, it classes it up a bit. But I don't know. If I want to look at like a nice plate. The plate looks way better with like a baked potato with some chives and butter and bacon and shit and fucking asparagus than like a plop of fucking mac and cheese. Like there's no way to nicely present mac and cheese.
It's crusted a nice way, like perfectly. There's a lot of ways to fuck it up.
Even if it's crusted, hear me out. It has to still be like in whatever it was cooked in, or else you'll see the side of it, which will look elementary.
Sure.
So, but I guess if you're at a place where like the sides, like a nice steakhouse, all of them, like when you get the sides and they come out in their own dish, you can get away with the crusted top mac and cheese, I guess. But if I'm like looking at even after you scoop it onto your plate, you're still gonna see like just the gooey noodles, you know.
It's true. It does get back to craft and ABC 1, 2, 3 once you get underneath the crust. True.
Yeah, once you separate crust from dust, bro.
It's over. Crust low key, dust.
Low key, high key.
Low key, high key. All right. Who is the best NCAA player that never really made the league? Who'd you say? Ike Turner? Davis?
Ike Turner was the person who beat up Janet Jackson. Ike Davis was a first baseman for the Mets. He hit a lot of home runs, but didn't hit for average. I said I said Chris Jenkins from Villanova, who hit the biggest shot in the history of the tournament.
Right.
Nowhere near Ike Turner or Ike Davis. Chris Jenkins.
Excuse me.
And you said tournament player, not college player, so I stuck it to the tournament.
All right.
That's the, Yeah. I was thinking maybe like Ryan Archer-Giacomo. He had a cup of coffee in the league, I guess. He was great. He was really good on that Villanova team. Obviously, you got guys like Talik Brown for UConn was a great tournament player in the early 2000s. Well, Kemba's pretty good in the fucking NBA.
That's true. That doesn't do it.
And Talik Brown didn't play with Kemba Walker.
Okafor count?
No, he played in the NBA for a fucking long time. He got like probably on some all defense teams and 10+ rebounding seasons. And either way, neither the guys who Okafor did, but like it was like Josh Boone. It wasn't Kemba Walker who Talik Brown played with. This is like early 2000s.
What about that kid that like Henderson?
George Henderson for Duke?
No.
Gerald Henderson, I mean.
Something like maybe it's not Henderson.
There's a lot of good guys who didn't like necessarily make deep tournament runs, like Luke Harangody, even like Jimmer Fredette, Kevin Pittsnoggle.
Irish.
Yeah, Kevin Pittsnoggle at West Virginia.
Timmy's actually a great name for this list.
Yeah, I don't know. I never was a fan. Like he put up numbers, like, but he's always like lumbering,
big numbers.
I think Adam Morrison like pulled later for
John Shire,
most points in the tournament.
Coach of Duke, never made the league, just a good college player.
Well, he was probably going to make the league, but he got hurt in summer league. He got like an eye injury.
He really was always softer, you know.
I don't know. Soft he was not. He was a fucking badass fucking fighter.
He was a whip shooter.
He wasn't like a great athlete. If you want to say he wasn't like a great athlete.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he wasn't really like
he was never
NBA
soft.
NBA body type.
Yeah, soft wasn't going to keep him out of the NBA. He was.
Greg Paulus was on.
If you're gonna go there, like, but then it's like how good of an NBA player, like, because you like never rated kind of like Chris Duhon was way better than both of those guys,
but he had a decent pro career. He played on Chicago.
I would say Nolan Smith for Duke is another. There's a lot of Duke guys.
That's a great name.
He's an assistant guys. He's an assistant coach at Duke now. Even like Bobby Hurley.
Bobby Hurley, that's a great name.
But I think he played in the NBA a little bit. You know what I mean? That's sort of like.
Yeah, a little.
Yes. So it's tough, like, you know, where do you draw that line?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other guys. I'm trying to think. There's always guys that are like on the team with somebody that makes a run that have like those nice careers.
That's where like that Talik Brown is, because he played good in the tournament too. That might have been the right answer.
Who played with Durant on that Texas team?
That's after Ford. That's after TJ Ford.
Yeah, I guess that was Augustine, and he was a decent.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, DJ Augustine. That's right.
Yeah, but he was probably a decent pro, I guess.
He was a sixth man for a long time in Thunder. Yeah, and Bobby Hurley played like 7 years in the NBA. You know, like
then he gets.
Like I said,
that's decent.
Yeah.
The top 3 theme parks. You said Six Flags. That's the GOAT. I agree.
Yeah, Six Flags Great Adventure. King Dakar, rest in peace. I think they got rid of it.
That's not
recently.
Yeah.
You don't know King Dakar? You never want to know
what Dakar? It is. Nah, that's not for me.
You were too scared?
Not just like it's not for me. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, why is it not for you? Because you're too scared.
I don't like roller coasters like that. That's too high up for me.
I'm in the camp of like you either don't like roller coasters or
I went on Nitro.
There shouldn't be like a line. You should just like
there is a line for me. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
It's interesting. I feel like it's usually.
I had heard that there were times where it breaks down and shit, and like I don't know. I believe.
I'll tell you what.
Flags to go on it. There was either a 2-hour line, and I just already was uncomfortable about it, so I'm not going to stand a 2-hour line for something I'm uncomfortable with, because you know how my personality is anyway. So it would just be complete fuck off.
Have you ever done something like fast moving and like precipitation? Let's say like skiing, like when it's like kind of light raining or hailing or something like that, where like the rain stings.
I guess I've snowboarded when it's like it's smacking you.
Where like the rain like stings, like kind of like it almost feels like you're getting like little stabs.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So like King Dakar was like so fast that they like if it was even drizzling a little bit, they couldn't do it because they would feel like fucking little knives stabbing you. Like, it was that fast. It was that high. It was that fast.
Can't.
Yeah, it was intense. It was an intense. I think they actually are closing it because like it's closed down because of weather such a high percentage of the time, because if it's like too hot, it's dangerous. If it's not hot enough, it's dangerous. If it's raining, it's dangerous.
Wasting the area. They can build something else that's riding all the time. Yeah. I like Batman and Robin where it goes backwards and forwards. I always liked that one. There are certain types of roller coasters I love, but like that one, the height and just always freak me out.
If you're looking for like fun rides versus like aesthetics like that you might find, like I said, at like Disney World or whatever.
Yeah. World's great. Disneyland too. That's cool. It has rides there. That's cool.
But those rides are ass.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not really built for rides. More experiences in there.
Exactly. Which is why it gets third. And then Universal Studios is cool because I feel like, and I guess this to an extent I'll get to Disney World too. Like there's good like shows. Yeah, like the Lion King show at Disney World was really good. I went there like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, like Marvel areas, 6 Star Wars. There's so much shit.
But when I went to Universal Studios when I was a kid, it was like when Nickelodeon was popping. It would be like live. You would see like live tapings of like fucking Double Dare or whatever and shit like that. Like that's cooler to me.
Universal's sick. I went there when I was a kid as well, bro, and it was awesome. My uncle actually lived in Florida in Orlando, and he was one of the engineers that engineered on some of the roller coasters before he ended up moving to Connecticut and working for Sikorsky. He worked on like Spider-Man ride. He was like an engineer on like one of these things, like an industrial engineer, I guess. I remember when I was like a little kid, like I was like 8 years old, we went down and visited or whatever and walked around like Nickelodeon, like Universal theme park, seeing the big Nickelodeon orange sign and shit, or whatever. It's a cool area. The one I was thinking about was Hurricane Harbor, I wanted to mention.
But I feel like that's an extension of Great Adventure.
Yeah, I guess. But I do want to shout
it out. It is. Yeah, no, we could shout it out. But no, my cousin lives in Orlando. He worked at Disney, and like he met his wife, who was like one of like the fucking chipmunks or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Simon or whatever.
Fucking So shout out to Dave and Andrea. What's the next one?
Rank these: Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, Corona Light, Heineken Light. So I think you said Corona Light, Heineken Light, Bud Light, Miller Light, Coors Light.
Yeah, Corona Light and Heineken Light are fine. Like if you're out at a bar with like people and you plan on drinking like
most of these are not qualified to get order when you're out with people and not look like a weird fuck.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, people get whatever the fuck they want for all I care. Maybe
like if you're like meeting your friend, like a girl that you're seeing's parents, and like you're like, yeah, let me get a Coors Light, please.
I mean, I think that's less weird than being like, oh, let me get like a Truly.
Or let me get Truly's fucked up.
They taste great.
Truly's on the same level as like a Shirley Temple.
Yeah, if I'm like want to like present to I guess a girlfriend's parents, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like all these are like acceptable, like whatever. Like no one really cares. Like people love Bud Light. Like I've worked in bars in college, stuff like that. People come in and drink Bud Light every fucking day.
Yeah,
like,
Bud Light is a staple of society. It's like right there.
Yeah, Coors Light I think is fucking terrible. Like
that's piss water.
Yeah, I think it's like tastes like water that's like been left out and then put in a can later.
It's the same thing as a Keystone.
Yeah, I think Coors Light is closer to like those really, really cheap beers.
And what's another one of those?
Natty Ice.
Natty, Natty.
I think Miller Lite is, if I'm going to go with those, like that level of Coors, Bud Light, Miller Lite is the king. Coors Light is fucking terrible. Can't remember the last time I had a Coors Light, and I think like if my only option was Coors Light, I wouldn't drink.
Is Dos Equis higher than Bud Light?
I like Dos Equis. Yeah, for sure.
Higher than Bud Light?
Bud Light. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a Dos Equis can. I feel like I've only ever seen it in bottles.
Yeah, for sure in cans, definitely. Yeah.
I'm sure they sell them in cans, but I'm just saying how I identify them as more of a bottled beer. Dos Equis. Sure.
Yeah, and
Bud Light, you see that
Bud Light's more of a can.
Yeah.
I agree. Even though Bud Light does come in bottles, I remember when Tommy used to.
Yeah, Bud Light bottles are. Yeah.
Tommy was so extra. He used to get the Bud Light premiums for no reason. Like always spend the extra $10 on the premium.
Yeah, higher alcohol percentage, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You crack it. Yeah. All right. Top 5 snacks for a barbecue: cheese and crackers, broccoli and carrots, chips, fucking dip. Buffalo chicken.
Yeah, spinach dip, buffalo dip,
spinach dip.
Mixed vegetables and dip. and regular chips, and then cheese and crackers. And I guess cheese and crackers also like some pepperoni, salami, or whatever, like cured meat also. Like, I'm big into that. Those are actually my favorite deli sandwiches too, like pepperoni, salami. Like, I like the cured.
I'm not a big
meats.
deli guy.
I mean, I'm not. You're not a big cold cuts guy, you're saying?
Yeah, like buffalo chicken cold cut is nice. Like, whatever, bologna's nice. I just think salami.
Buffalo chicken, turkey, ham, like, it goes bad so quick.
Yeah, you gotta eat
it turns. Like, for me, like you're saying 3 days, which is probably like the actual correct answer. Like, if I don't eat it right away, I'm like, fuck, this is bad. Like, I don't want it
in your fridge.
And cured meat, it's cured, so you could eat it fucking forever. Like, it never goes bad. So it's like, that's why I guess I prefer it. Maybe it's not even a taste thing. It's just like a practicality thing.
Definitely is a practicality thing. I also just think that, like, those types of specialty meats, paws, are like, they're meant to be eaten in the moment. They're not meant to be, like, saved in the fridge somewhat. And I feel like
buffalo chicken is like, you order that out of
eat that. Yeah, you're grabbing buffalo chicken. You got to have that within that day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing worse than pulling out a cold cut and it has like that film of slime on it.
Yeah, you got to throw it.
Yeah, that's dead to me. Some people eat that. They're like, oh, it's still good.
I'm just looking at the scores. So just a brief update on the NCAA tournament here. Florida barely skated by UConn, national champion, repeater. Their season's over. The fact that they made it this spot is, their team was shit all year, to be honest.
They won one game in the tournament. What spot did they make it to? The round of 32?
Yeah. I mean, their team was shit all year. They
played Florida tough, but
they made it to play the number one team on their side. You know what I mean? That was the prerequisite. They got to play Florida. If they lose to Florida,
they won one game. They won one game in the tournament.
I know, but at the end of the day, they're playing Florida. The draw that they have is they have to play Florida their next game. So, is what it is.
Florida's good. They played pretty good.
Florida's my national champion. I'll be clear.
I have them playing in the national championship and losing to Duke. But UConn's coach, Dan Hurley, was saying after the game, like, we got fucked. And, like, honestly, I was at my nephew's birthday for, like, most of the game, but just, like, hearing the dialogue about it, like, they didn't get fucked at all. Like, the fouls, if anything, they got more foul calls.
Ever, yeah. Thank God for you saying that. I agree with you, yeah.
But he always is like that. Like, they lost in the Maui Invitational. He's like, we're never playing this stupid tournament again. It's like, everyone loves the Maui Invitational. Like, what do you mean, this stupid tournament?
You want to go to Hawaii again? Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure players will love it.
Yeah, exactly. I have Florida playing Duke in the national championship. I'm hedging, because I love Duke. So, but I really love Florida. They're a great team. They shoot the ball well. Duke, smacked.
Yeah, they smoked Baylor today.
Yeah, too easy. I mean, their team is disgusting. Even without Cooper Flagg the other day, they were just smoking them. Kentucky ended up pulling away from Illinois. I had Illinois in this game, actually, against Kentucky. So I lost that one. I picked Alabama against St. Mary's. They're still in progress right now. Alabama's winning by 10. It looks like they're going to take control there. We got upset alert here. Colorado State is winning at halftime against Maryland by 7, which is pretty crazy.
I think I might have them winning 2 games in my bracket.
That'd be nuts.
Real quick, I would note about the tournament. It's crazy because obviously this year the SEC was the dominant conference. There's no real way to argue it. If you know college basketball,
yeah,
exactly. If you know college basketball, you know that to be true. And it was obviously going to happen that only one team wins it all. Like, SEC teams were bound to lose games in the tournament. Like, there's 14 of them. They're not all going to win, whatever. And then
they're going to beat each other.
Even like you see Mizzou lose, and you see like these almost teams at the back end, if you will, teams losing like Mizzou, Vandy, blah blah blah. But now we get to today, and we realize Arkansas is going to be in the Sweet 16. Florida's going to be in the Sweet 16. Kentucky's going to be in the Sweet 16. Alabama's going to be in the Sweet 16. Like, we're 25% of the Sweet 16, and Florida's going to be in the Sweet 16. Like, we have 5 teams.
You said Texas Tech?
Texas Tech is the Big 12.
Oh, they're not in the SEC? I don't know why.
I think Texas A&M is in the.
Oh, Texas A&M lost though.
Yeah, but Texas Tech I think is still in the Big 12.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
I think you're right. Maybe I was Arkansas who I was thinking of then.
Yeah, and Arkansas is in the Sweet 16. Yeah, Texas Tech's in the Big 12.
Yeah. Okay. So Arkansas, Alabama. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, Kentucky. Arkansas, Alabama,
Is
Florida,
Oregon.
Kentucky.
Oregon in the SEC now?
No, Oregon's in the Big Ten.
You're right, with Ohio State. Right.
Yeah.
It's so weird because all the realignment, it's fucking with me because of all the Pac-12 teams that have spread out. Like it's
it's weird. Like you go to Stanford game.
Tennessee is an SEC team. Sorry, there's another one. There you go.
There you go.
Wow, yeah, they still have like 5 or 6 teams left. That's good.
Yeah, and we're getting into the Sweet 16
total to start the fucking tournament at 5 or 6. For the record, they were like advancing into rounds with 5 or 6. Round of 16. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, they're likely to have. They could have as many, I think, as 6, if I'm not mistaken, still left in the Sweet 16, which is just crazy.
Kentucky and Tennessee are playing each other. That's 2.
But someone's going to make a tweet when like the last game is played, and they're going to be like, let's say even if an SEC team wins the national championship, they're going to be like the most losses ever for a conference in a tournament, 13. You know what I mean? Like no matter what happens, like they're going to people are going to be like, yeah, fuck the SEC.
Is that anyway? What does that even mean?
The SEC hate is similar to like I'm trying to think of something else.
That comment that you even just said is just pure hate. It's nothing. There's nothing to it.
It's like we were saying before, like we're not like the automatic anti-Chiefs. Like unless you're in the NFC or the AFC West, you shouldn't be like an automatic Chiefs hater. Like we talked about that a lot. Like
talk about the Chiefs.
If you're not an SEC person, you shouldn't be an automatic SEC hater. Like they fucking were amazing this year. Like there's nothing you could do about it. Like their teams were dominant. Like
absolutely. And to be clear, the only team that was left off that should have been in the tournament over in North Carolina was West Virginia. It wasn't like it was like another SEC team that they were vying.
No. You know, it would have been West Virginia or Indiana.
Exactly.
Could have been West Virginia.
Yeah, absolutely should have been. That's not even a conversation. It was a robbery. Anyway, my final 4, just to let you know, and then you can tell me yours. I have Michigan playing Florida, and I have so I had Michigan beating Iowa State, just for clarity. And I had St. John's playing Florida and then Florida winning that. So then Florida playing Michigan and then Florida beating Michigan to go to the national championship against Duke and then Florida winning the national championship. I have Duke playing Tennessee, though, for the record.
You have Duke playing Tennessee in the national championship, not Florida.
No, Duke playing Tennessee in the Final Four on their side of the bracket.
Okay, hang on. Let me get my bracket up. I think
so. My Final 4 for the record: Florida, Michigan, Duke, Tennessee. Duke playing Tennessee. Duke wins that game. Michigan plays Florida. Florida wins that game.
Michigan is the 5 seed making a run.
I have that.
I like that. I'm trying to find my pick. Oh, I know. I'm in the wrong group chat. Oh man.
Michigan Auburn on the 28th.
Do you still have yours like written out? And Auburn's still alive.
Yeah. Right? I have it in my phone right here.
Auburn is still alive. No, but you have like a written, like handwritten bracket still.
No, I just have it filled out on my phone, but it's confirmed. You can't edit it.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, I still print one out every like tournament.
Oh no, I don't have the printed out sheet. No, I don't.
Yeah, so my Final 4 is Michigan State and Florida. Not Michigan State.
Okay.
And then I have Duke and Tennessee on the other side, and then I have Duke beating Tennessee and Florida beating Michigan State. And then I had the final score 88-80 Duke.
Damn, high scoring. I had, I think, 75-69. Yeah, 75-69. Florida.
Yeah, my big fuck up this year is I had Louisville winning the first game and then Louisville beating Auburn in an upset. So that's obviously dead.
I had Louisville beating Creighton. And then I had Auburn beating Creighton. Auburn beating Louisville. So +1 there. I had some losses like the McNeese one, obviously, but that side of the bracket I had every single one right besides the Clemson McNeese game.
Wait, so it's Auburn, Alabama, if they win, they're up 10, you said, or whatever.
Yeah.
Florida, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Kentucky. So that's 6 teams in the Sweet 16. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. That's right.
Anything else you want to throw in? Any golf? Any shout-outs?
Justin Thomas, record round at TPC Sawgrass. The Players shot a 63, I think it was 62. Ridiculous. He actually left. He hit the ball into the water on the last hole. He left strokes out there. It was disgusting. He really could have shot like a 60 and broke the course record. He ended up tying it because he was so far out ahead. But he didn't.
Masters is coming up.
Masters coming up soon in April for sure. And opening day is around the corner as well. I mean,
oh god, I can't wait for baseball. I've been cramming a lot of fantasy stuff. That's why I'm like pulling out like
your draft
on the Orioles Tuesday.
Yeah,
I did like 4 hours of driving today. I fucking was just podcasts.
Fire.
But then you fucking listen to multiple. You got to like skip around because like you just heard the same point like 10 minutes ago. You're like, oh.
Next week we'll go through your team and we'll
Yeah, I mean, I kept Judge in the first round at pick number 8 and Ibanaga in the 12th round. So fucking, I got a good foundation. I'm just thinking now, like, do I go pitcher in the second round or bat in the second round?
Judge.
Yeah, I fucking had to keep Judge. He was so good for my team last year. Unbelievably good. Obviously.
He's good for any team he's on. He's
historic. He was historic last year.
Except he can't catch fly balls when he needs to. And he lets him hit his face.
And he can't hit in the playoffs, but that doesn't matter in fantasy. So.
All right. Hotz, Heads, Dreamers, Sixers. It's been a pleasure. We're going to go back and enjoy the rest of our Sundays because
I'm going to disappear like playoff Aaron Judge. Peace.
That's fucked up.